Hello, welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Henry VIII, and today we get to hear from King Henry VIII once again. This is all very early in his reign, so he hasn't been married and divorced 8,000 times yet. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's kind of fun getting to see this take on him, because he actually, in my opinion, seems like decent, and I'd never really thought decent things about King Henry before. He seems rational and learned and reasonable and all that sort of stuff. But then again, we're only in Act 1, Scene 2. Which brings me to the point. We are in Act 1, Scene 2, which started out with Queen Catherine coming in and telling the king that the people were being taxed at a rate of, they had to pay 1/6 of their total net worth to the government, and that taxation law was written up by Wolsey. Cardinal Wolsey was like, no, I was just one person that voted for it, and like, we have to do things whether or not the people like them. We can't be afraid of what the people are going to say. And the king is like, 1/6 is way too much, like, undo that and pardon everybody that wasn't able to pay. And Cardinal Wolsey's like, make sure everybody knows that I granted the pardon, taking credit for something that he didn't do, because, oh, Wolsey. Anyway, sorry, my cat just sort of like spun out on the floor, and I hope he's okay. But anyway, so as soon as all of that is settled, we get back to what they were going to do in the first place and have the trial of Buckingham. Buckingham and Wolsey really don't like each other, as we learned in the first scene. And the Buckingham surveyor, who's like his real estate agent kind of guy, is being brought in to testify against Buckingham. And so the letter or the notes are going to be posted saying that the taxation thing is, they don't have to worry about it anymore. And then the surveyor is brought in, and the queen turns to King Henry and says, like, I'm sorry that Buckingham is not pleasing you anymore. Like, he used to be a friend to you. And King Henry replies, it grieves many. The gentleman is learned and a most rare speaker, to nature none more bound. His training such that he may furnish and instruct great teachers, and never seek for aid out of himself. Yet see, when these so noble benefits shall prove not well disposed, the mind growing once corrupt, they turn to vicious forms, 10 times more ugly than ever they were fair. This man, so complete, who was enrolled mongst wonders, and when we, almost with ravished listening, could not find his hour of speech a minute, he, my lady, hath into monstrous habits put the graces that once were his, and is become as black as if besmeared in hell. Sit by us. You shall hear, this was his gentleman in trust, of him things to strike honor sad. Bid him recount the fore-recited practices, whereof we cannot feel too little, hear too much. So it's a little bit of, he sings Buckingham's praises because Buckingham is incredibly smart and talented and dedicated and all these sort of things, but it's almost like the king is saying that it's a matter of idle hands are the devil's playground kind of a thing, because he wasn't challenged or utilized properly. He started thinking bad thoughts and behaving in a non-Duke type way. And so now he's just sort of a lost cause. So now they invite the surveyor to speak and recount the accusations that have previously been made. And the surveyor is like, yeah, he said many times that if the king were to just suddenly die, Buckingham would try to become king. He would try to get the throne for himself. And tomorrow we get to hear his proof for why he is able to make that assertion. So tune in tomorrow for some testimony from the surveyor. If that's not going to invite you back to Shakespeare, I don't know what will. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for more. Mwah.